Hi everyone. So I'm going to touch on ghost loops, okay, spirit loops, however you want to call it, because again it is a real thing. So, and again coming from a medium of over 20 years, you'll get some spirits who get trapped in loops, like time loops, and they relive certain things. And there's always this one that I've been struck by. So at Bletchley Park, which is probably about 20 minutes from where I am, there's this gateway to the local church. It's blocked off now, like the public can't go through it, because I'm supposed to leave in property blinds. And every time I go there, I see this couple, and they're literally running hand in hand. I know it's a Sunday because I can hear the church bells, and they run to the gates because they're about to get married. And this is probably 1920s, 1930s, going by what they were wearing. I'd probably say 20s. And they were just so happy. And I don't know, it's just this loop that repeats over and over again. And I can't tell you why, because I don't know who they are or what their stories were beyond that. But it's a loop that keeps on occurring. I don't know if it's because when they passed away, they went back to this loop because it was a very happy moment for them. But I can always see them, and I can see their friends around them, and I can see them run into this gate, and they're so happy, they're so full of joy that they're about to get married on this beautiful Sunday. And I think it was in March or in April by the look of the rest of the scenery, when I see them. And it's nice because you don't come across that level of happiness much anymore. But you do get a lot of spirits who get stuck in loops, especially people who die tragically. They will often get stuck in a loop, and sometimes it takes something big to get them out of it. And that's not necessarily the same as a spirit who's earthbound. A spirit who is stuck on earth is someone who hasn't moved on to where they need to go in order to be an angel or to be reincarnated. You know, that higher heaven, I suppose you'd call it. It's not I would call it, but a lot of people call it that. And so you do get a lot of stuff like that. I mean, so my photo readings, they're pure psychic work, and I do a lot of passed over loved ones, so people who've died, they will send me someone's photo and I'll read that photo. And this woman, her son died at 18. He was run over and she found him. Horrific. Fucking horrific. And so I did the reading, and I literally cried my eyes out. I sobbed so hard doing this reading because I was seeing it on a loop. I was seeing what she experienced. I was seeing what happened to him, and he was having to relive it, and he wasn't able to break that loop. And spirits will only break the loop when they're ready. Some people believe the loops are like stone tape theory, or like a place remembers certain events. But anyway, so he was just, and I sobbed my heart out because it was one of the worst readings I ever had to do, the most heartbreaking. I mean, I do read for people who've lost their children, but not necessarily in such tragic circumstances. And so he was run over, and he was left there. It was a hit and run, and the mother found him, and he was still alive at that point, so luckily he didn't pass by himself. But imagine how horrific that is. And like I said, it was stuck on a loop, and I was seeing it over and over again, and it took all my strength as a medium to break that loop that he'd, because where I was experiencing it from a medium, because I was channeling it, I had to break that tie between me and what he was showing me, because he was stuck in a loop. It was going over and over and over and over, and it took me a good couple of hours for me to fully separate myself from that vision that I was having. So loops are a real thing, and you'll sometimes find that if you live somewhere and you'll find the same things, strange things occur every day. Like say if a clock gets stuck at a certain point, or if religiously an item moves itself constantly at the same time every day, it's because a spirit is going through a loop. It is acting out something it did during when the spirit was alive. So loops are a real thing. They're a real big thing, actually. Like I said, especially in tragic circumstances.